I see. Okay, I see live now.
Awesome. All right. So we're live. Cool. Well, hey everyone, Antonio with New Grad Optometry and Covalent Careers. Welcome to our YouTube live series where we're chatting with some of the most influential people in the profession, of course, who are doing some really cool things. So I'm excited to be here today with Dr. Arian Fartash. Many of you know her as Glam Optometrist. She's done a ton of stuff in her career already, but today we're going to be talking about her sunglass line, Glam Baby. So she'll be taking us through the nuts and bolts of how to start your own frame line. So it should be pretty cool. Before we jump into it, I just want to give a shout out to the class of 2019. Congratulations on graduating. And big shout out to our sponsors, of course, Esler & Johnson Johnson Vision. But I will be monitoring the chat for any questions that come in. So feel free to ask away. And enough of me talking. We'll jump right into it. So, Arian, welcome. And maybe first, why don't you just tell us a little bit about your frame line and
Okay,
your primary motivation behind it, and why
sure.
sunglasses, why specific to children?
Real quick, I've never done a live on, I forgot to ask you, on what do you call it, on YouTube. Can they see us?
They can certainly see us. Yes.
Oh, are we split screen?
We are. So every time you
I
talk, the camera
see.
will shoot to you. Yep.
Okay, cool. So basically Glam Baby came about because, as you know, I'm Glam Optometrist, and when I got pregnant, I started calling my baby Glam Baby. And then I'm like, wow, that's a really good name. I'm definitely going to trademark that. Um, so I didn't know, what was going to come of that, but I just thought it was a really cool name. And I wanted to eventually probably do something with it. And then about 9 months into my pregnancy, I was on maternity leave and I got pretty bored because I'm the type of person I always have to be doing something. So I was shopping and I couldn't find any type of sunglasses that one I trusted had the UVA UVB protection in them that were also be cute. And I
Hmm.
said, if I'm a mother or a parent and having this trouble and I'm in the optical industry, imagine how other parents feel. I know there are some competitors, for instance, like Ray-Ban or Babyators, which do have the UV protection in them, but they're expensive. And I love my kid, but I don't want to spend more than $30 on a pair of sunglasses because most likely they're going to break or get scratched. Let's be real,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
happened. um, and so that's what kind of sparked the whole interest in starting Glam Baby line. And then I already had the name and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. Let's start Glam Baby. And initially I had started it for girls because I didn't really know anything about boys, like little boys.
Hmm.
And when I first launched it, I had a lot of parents reach out to me and even my friends and say, well, what about the boys? We can't find anything like accessory wise great for boys. So then that's when about a month after I launched Glam Baby, I started incorporating boy sunglasses as well.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a cool story. And I know, obviously, I think it might run through the minds of everybody at some point, like, oh man, I wonder if I should start a frame line, that kind of thing. So, I mean, once you have your idea, so you got this idea, and let's just take it from the beginning. I mean, so you've decided you want to create your own frame line, you got a name, you've got the idea, maybe a vision of what you want it to look and be like. What is the first step from there? Just kind of walk us through a really like high
Right.
level timeline. Just, how long does the entire process take?
So, mind you, I am not a business person. I know nothing about business. So, this is all winging it. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but and I've made some mistakes and I can go over that as well. Um,
Mhm.
but initially, you need to find a manufacturer. And to do that, I Googled. That was it. I just Googled away. And I
Google works.
Google works. Again, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, so I Google a lot about everything. It's at all your information that you want. That's what I hate when people like create excuses for themselves. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Or, hey, or they reach out to me, I want to do this. And they want me to walk them through every single step. It's like, you have a plethora of information at your fingertips. Take the time to really research and look things up, read things. A lot of people also write blogs that you can read about starting a business, or how to launch a new clothing line or accessory line. So I definitely did that. And I wanted to find a manufacturer in the US, but I was unsuccessful. That I just couldn't find one that could create the styles that I was looking for, as well as a timeline too. So I ended up finding one from China. And I'm still work with them. I'm very happy with them. We have created a great relationship. She even sent me a gift for Christmas.
Oh, wow. That's so awesome.
So once I got the manufacturer, I sent her styles that I liked, and how I came up with some styles. I would just look and get some inspiration from adult frames that were really trending, because parents love when their kids kind of look like them. And kids actually want to look like their parents. So that's kind of what inspired me to create the styles that I have. And then we would work together in coming up with something that was really beneficial to both me and to the line.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how many manufacturers did you kind of look through before you decided on one, or did you just kind of say, well, I'm just going to look for the one and that's it?
I probably went back and forth with a dozen of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good number of them.
A good number. Before I ended up choosing this one. And I actually have two now. One that creates some of them and the other one that creates other ones.
Oh, wow. Wow. What are some things maybe that you would say, just be aware of when you are looking for a manufacturer? Just some kind of maybe things to avoid, or things just to kind of keep in mind.
Yeah, well, one, if you're working with China, you're going to be working at night, our night hours, because they have
Yeah.
and it's usually all over email. So you have to kind of be at your computer if it's like time sensitive situation. And just check your email. Things to be aware of. You want to make sure it's someone, a trusted manufacturer. And most of them that I found they have been they have ratings and things like that you'll see on their websites. But I think that's about it as far as
Yeah.
working with somebody. And maybe some of them don't know very good English, so that can be a barrier.
Right.
You want to try to find someone or a representative for that manufacturer who speaks English.
Yeah, and when it comes to just like inventory, I mean, do they expect you to carry like a huge quantity in the beginning, or is it just kind of like you
That's a
start with,
question.
a certain number and kind of ramp up?
Right. A handful of the manufacturers wanted a large order, minimum like 1,500 pieces. So I
Got
didn't
it.
go with them because I didn't know where this was going. So I didn't want to invest a lot of money up front. So the manufacturer that I ended up going with, I could order as many quantities as I wanted.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And I know that, so you talk about the manufacturers. What about like the lenses? Is the manufacturer, does the frame the same as the lenses?
Yes, they do both. Um, I could eventually maybe have the lenses done here, but at this point in time, it just doesn't make sense as far as timeline of receiving goods and price.
Yeah. What would you say, how long did it take, I guess, would you say, from the moment you found the manufacturer you wanted to work with to the moment they actually started to produce product? How long did that take?
So when I initially had the idea, it took a month for me to actually get my frames. But remember, I didn't have much to do. I was on maternity leave, and I'm a hustler and I don't sleep, so it was pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, that does sound pretty quick. Yeah, that sounds pretty fast actually.
Yeah.
How about
And
when
I
it
just
comes?
started it, by the way. Always, if you have an idea, don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. Just do it.
Yeah, no, I think you're right about that. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of times you think about ideas and you kind of start, you sit down, you write it down, and then you're like, then you start thinking about all this other stuff and you kind of discourage yourself or think of, oh, you know what, forget about it, that kind of thing. So I like that mentality, just jump into it. Otherwise, nothing will ever get done.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, you're going to make mistakes, but if you don't start, then you're not going to learn and you're not going to get your business running.
Yeah. What about like supply chain and distribution? I mean, is that handled by the manufacturer as well? I mean, are they just the one-stop shop for it all?
What does that mean? Like, do
So
they?
like just like so when if someone orders places an order for your frames or wants to buy your product, I mean, is that shipped from them? Is there a different, warehouse? Or, how does that work?
It's all me. So it comes in
Ah,
a bulk order and then it comes to me and then I'll distribute. So
wow.
for Nordstrom, I literally packaged every single one of those glasses and sent it to Nordstrom.
Wow.
I
Holy smokes.
I'm a one woman business at this point in time. So I do
Got
everything
it.
myself.
Got it. So you actually store the frames or the product in your house or something. You've got it in
Yep,
like your basement.
yep.
Wow. That's
my
pretty
my goal,
cool.
you guys look. So I do dream boards, and this was my goal. So all my goals, I wrote eventually to have a warehouse. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that's definitely awesome. And I know you just mentioned Nordstrom, of course.
Mhm.
Where is Glam Baby available? Is it in obviously in Nordstrom, you mentioned that, but online, I'm assuming, of course.
So
What about, yeah, go ahead.
you can find Glam Baby at 13 official retailers, and
Wow.
12 of those are boutiques, children boutiques, as well as optical boutiques. So we're starting to get the attention of optical optometrists, opticians, which is really nice because honestly, it's to start a conversation about UV protection. That's what I like to tell, you know, my wholesale accounts. They're $29.99 retail glasses. These are, they are pretty well made for what they are, but they're not going to be something that they might break. That's what I'm trying to
Mhm.
say. Is they may break, and of course we stand by our product. And if it's a manufacturer defect, we'll replace it. But I want people to just get the message out there that let's start protecting our children's eyes at a young age. And what better way to do that by offering them something that's fun and nice and stylish. Um, and it's really paid off with that kind of mentality because a patient can be in the exam room with their parent, and then I always talk about sun protection in the exam room. So I say, you know what, does your child wear UV protection? They're like,
Mhm.
kind of. I'm like, well, you find it important to wear it for yourself, but did you know that it's more important to wear it for your child because 80% of UV exposure is before the age of 18? And they're like, they don't know that usually. And they're like, really?
Yeah.
And then you kind of like say, yeah, but hey, come and look at some of the cool, like somewhere that we have that's UV protected for kids. And then you walk into the optical and it's $29.99. How are they going to say no to that?
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean that's great. That's great marketing. Just right there, something that we all can do, of course. I mean, what else did you do to market, or else are you doing to market your sunglass line now, in
Um,
addition to that?
Everything's on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
own
I've seen your page.
that. Yeah, on the Glam Baby page.
Hmm.
Sorry, somebody texted me. Is that you? I was
I
like,
see.
oh my God, see, I just got a text from another OD who's carrying it, sending pics of her kids wearing Glam Baby. That was
That's
my,
so cool. Do you
yeah,
do you have any frames there with
I
you?
do. Let me show you.
Yeah,
So,
let's see some.
okay, this is the Bella, and it's named after my daughter, Isabella. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and this is our bestseller right now. And
Got it.
it reminds me of the Gucci adult frame. And I find kids gravitating towards this one the most, as well as
Mhm.
actually parents. They love it. So you asked me how I market. I market on Instagram. Paid ads, I maybe do $30 a week, if that. Usually not. I tend to send to influencers, Instagram influencers who have
Mhm.
children. I have not paid one of them yet. Most usually they'll ask for money. That's their job, so I respect that. But they love them so much they post for free, and I've made like relationships with them as well. So we become, like mom friends on there. And so as we get new styles, I'll send it to them, and they've been more than kind to post about us. And we get a lot of new followers or more brand awareness through that. Also, we do a lot of pop-ups around Los Angeles and Orange County where people can bring their kids and try them on right then and there, and also purchase. And even if they don't purchase, again, it's about brand recognition. I'm building a
Mhm.
brand. So later on, maybe they're going to go on vacation and they'll remember, oh yeah, Glam Baby. Let me go on their website, or let me go on Nordstrom.com. I'm fixing my website right now, so you can actually go on there and find a retailer near you, so they can do
Ah.
that and go and grab some before their vacation or their summer, or maybe gifts. They have great gifts. Christmas time, we had so many people buy it for gifts or stocking stuffers, baby shower gifts, things like that. But it's mostly all on Instagram or pop-ups, and I work all my pop-ups. Man, they're the funnest to do, or most fun, I should say, because these kids are so excited. We actually had a celebrity this past weekend from Modern Family, the little boy Joe. He came.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. We've had Northwest come by. I didn't even recognize her. I wish I did, but she was interested in them. That was the cool part. By the time I knew who she was gone.
Yeah.
So it's sparking interest in a lot of people because they actually really like it, and that makes me happy when I get pictures from people who buy online or in store of their children or their grandchildren wearing them. It lights up my day. I love
Yeah.
that. That's my favorite part about Glam Baby, is seeing that parents and kids actually love it and they want to wear it. So yeah. Anyways, I digressed a little bit. But that this was our most popular frame. The
Yeah.
the most popular boyfriend. I actually call this a unisex frame. Um,
Mhm.
or I call my line gender fluid, so anyone can wear them. But this is the Giorgio. That's the most popular
Got it.
frame, but girls and boys can wear these too. And then for the young kids, 6 months and up, we have
Mhm.
this one, the Roxy, which is like a fun retro cat eye. And then we have this one, the Hermosa. There it is, and it's a mirrored look. And I'm
Got it.
coming out
Yeah.
with new styles this week, so that's going to be fun for this summer.
Yep. Yeah, those are cool. I know that, I know you mentioned your bestsellers, and whenever you're like, so you have bestsellers and you
Uh-huh.
have, we won't call them worst sellers, but, ones that don't sell maybe as much. When you have your inventory, can you exchange inventory, or is it kind of like what you have is what you have and you
What
just
I
got to
have
move
is
it?
what I have. Um,
Got it.
so initially I didn't order in bulk, like too much
Hmm.
bulk. And whatever I sold, and whatever I didn't sell, it would kind of sit. But I wouldn't reorder any more of that style. So eventually I have discontinued because I finished, and I'm not going to reorder 3 of my styles. And that's when I'm bringing new ones. And I've also decided, again, I'm learning everything. I've decided I think I'm going to go seasonal, so I'll have like a core that are always available, and then like
Hmm.
summer, fall, winter, spring, bring in a few new styles for that season. And I don't know yet if I'm going to discount frames. If
Hmm.
that season is over, that's something that I have to kind of think about,
Right.
because I don't want to discount product, because it's still like an awesome product, but it's just maybe not as popular, that style, and maybe I'll just keep it until it sells out.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. Here's another question for you too.
Mm.
So you had mentioned, obviously your line is carried in opticals, carried in Nordstrom, and I'm assuming when people order from there, they handle the whole shipping aspect of it. But if someone, you had talked about you're redoing your website right now, you're getting that going. If someone orders directly from your website or the Glam Baby website, do you have to ship that yourself? Are you doing the shipping?
Yep. I go to the post office every day.
Wow, so you really are one. You really are a one-woman crew here. Holy
Yeah.
smokes!
And initially I charged for shipping. I think it was
Mhm.
$3, but I use Shopify, which is like a e-commerce site, and
Yep.
they tell you how many people kind of like abandon checkout. So I
Hmm.
decided to take away that and do free shipping in, domestically in the US. Um,
Awesome.
yeah. Um, and I did see a little bit of percentage go down as far as abandoning checkouts.
Mhm.
And it's not that expensive to ship them. As far as like wholesale orders, I do charge shipping for that because it's bigger. And then for Nordstrom, Nordstrom takes care of the shipping for when you order from Nordstrom.com.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have any plans on expanding into adult frames or anything else? I mean, you've got your hands full as is, I'm
Right.
sure,
Um,
but is that something down the road you're looking into?
no, I'm not interested in adult frames for a few reasons. Unless it might be like a mommy and me or daddy and me or family and me type line.
Hmm.
And that would be very limited. I wouldn't have that many quantities. The adult, um, what do you call it? The adult world is pretty saturated
Yeah.
as it is, and I don't have the time or the money for marketing to really get into that scene. But I mean, if you have an awesome product for adults, why not do it? And if you have the time and the marketing budget, go for it. If you have something that you really believe in. But I think I'm going to stay very concentrated on children. It's my passion. It's what I love. And I feel like when you're passionate about something, it'll really drive your business. I'm just not passionate about adults. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I can't say I blame you, and I couldn't agree more with you.
Kids are kind of where my heart is, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick with it. And it's been so fun. It's been a lot of fun. Like I said, I just love the kids' reactions.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. I just want to I'm going to ask you to leave everyone who's watching this, live and obviously afterwards. If they want to get a hold of you or just, I think the Instagram handle is the official Glam Baby, correct?
Yes, yeah, it's official Glam Baby, as well as the website is officialglambaby.com. And then to get a hold of me, it's officialglambaby@gmail.com. Um, and you can, ask me any questions, or if you want to open a wholesale order. It's super easy to open wholesale. It's only 10 pieces minimum. Very easy just to get your line started. And again, to start that conversation about getting the kids and the sun protection. And I also do send assets to all my wholesale accounts so they can post on their social media pages and kind of get the word out that they are carrying Glam Baby.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, I love the mission. I mean, it's such a good, you know, UV protection for kids. And I feel like you look around and like you said before, you see parents always have sunglasses on and the kids are just, staring into the sun.
It is.
So,
Oh my gosh, the worst
it's
is
so
those
true.
family photos. When you see the
Yep.
family photos and they're on vacation or something, and the parents are both wearing sunglasses and the kids are like this is because the sun is in their eyes. Well, why
Yeah.
didn't you put it on your kids?
Yeah, it's so true. But yeah, so I love the mission. I love the purpose. And, I think that enough by itself is going to drive you forward. So, thanks for taking the time to hang out with us. I'm sure there will be people with questions. Obviously, you guys can reach out, follow on Instagram. And thanks for your time.
Sure. Thanks for having me. I hope we were able to kind of shine some light on starting your own business, and just do it, guys. Just go ahead. If you have an idea, go for it.
You got it. You got it. Thanks again.
Okay. Bye.